What's up, nerd and nerdettes? It's time for a superpower shorty. This superpower is a splinter off the branch of sound manipulation and air manipulation. So sit down and get set for airwave manipulation. With the ability to bruise, send molecules on a cruise, and destroy or at least shake whatever you target loose. Oh my god. Users of this powerful ability can control the ratio between air pressure and sound waves, which causes air molecules to vibrate proportionally to the magnitude of said ratio emitted. Simply put, this ability allows the user to create and control supersonic air currents and shockwaves, and also allows the user to transmit and control sound within the atmosphere. I don't know if that was confusing or not, but here's an example for you guys. By increasing the air ratio to, let's just say, 100% and reducing the sound ratio to 0%, one can fire off highly condensed and blunt blasts of air capable of shattering rocks and deflecting weapons. And reversely, by increasing the sound ratio to like this 100% and decreasing the air ratio to 0% or any number less than 100, the user can generate ultrasonic waves that cannot be heard by an average person. At sufficient levels, the airwaves produce a blast of pressurized or high-energy impulse noise, which can show itself as the sharp, instantaneous rise of atmospheric pressure and or temperature. If one is caught under these effects for too long, it's possible to cause critical or even lethal effects. Since the air acts like a medium for the sound and vibrations, the user themselves don't need to worry about not having a specific medium for the airwaves to travel through. Due to the vibrations being capable of traveling from one medium to another, the airwaves can't be blocked easily. This means what normally blocks sonic waves and vibrations may be shattered by the high-pressured air currents coming towards the target. It would then allow the vibrations to continue towards the target and increase the range and lethality of this ability. On the other hand, whatever is trying to block the air currents is usually shattered by the sonic vibrations, which allows the vibrations and the air currents to come through. So, if you get the metaphorical pendulum swinging with an ability like this, continuous or repeated use can have a stacking-like effect, which could increase the power of this ability to infinite levels. In essence, this ability creates atmospheric air pressure that allows sound waves to travel through it. And because of those two properties, it's easy for a user of this power to ignore what would be their weakness, aka air manipulation or vacuum or void manipulation. They can do this while increasing in strength and versatility by adding air pressure into the sound wave. So like I said before, theoretically, this power might have some limited use in a void-like environment where nothing can exist. Now, besides also sharing its name with a brand of gum that I've never heard before, this power translates to the real-world phenomenon that's associated with radio broadcasting, or simply put, transferring information. I could get into all the repeating myself about what I said on other videos, but I won't do it. I just won't do it. Instead, I'll direct you guys to its parent superpowers, air manipulation and sound manipulation. Because if you want any more information about these powers, along with its cultural or symbolic meanings, then you'll need to check those two videos out, along with vibration manipulation, because that's like the ancestor to both of these powers in a way. You'll also get to hear an analysis of what all these powers really mean, as well as how they help shape the world and how the world has helped shape this power. The link is in the description. Now, because this ability can be considered a form of elemental sound, I guess, a lot of these applications have been explained better in other videos. So here, I'll mostly try to cover the special properties of airwaves exclusively. Now, with the power to manipulate airwaves comes the natural ability to use the sound you create to actually move the air. This right here, straight off the bat, gives you a form of the very overpowered vibration manipulation. And because the oscillation of matter starts most, if not all, forms of movement that exist in this world or in this universe, this allows you to attack with, defend with, and control the vector that you're channeling your vibrations through via air manipulation. Okay, we're good. I had to get those out the way. It would have bugged me if I didn't. But with all that information in tow, one would be able to combine those two to attack with, defend with, and control their two respectively with airwave attacks. The user can generate their own source of airwaves completely separate from outside sources with Airwave generation. From there, the user can control the movement of vibrations channeled through the air and slow them down, which will in turn stiffen the air, giving it a form of mass and solidity, but at the same time, costing you speed via Airwave solidification. And let's go ahead and get this one out the way too. But if you're controlling the speed of molecules, whether you speed it up or slow it down, you are going to be messing with what is heard, because air transmits most of what's heard in our atmosphere, especially in this case. So let's add sound manipulation to that as well, because this is the explanation of why users of this ability can tap into other sensory-based powers, such as enhanced senses. This can be portrayed through technology as a way of communication, as most radios and TV frequencies used today can be classified as airwaves in one way or another. Pump out enough force behind those previously mentioned abilities, and it could cause effects ranging from simple cracking of materials to the complete devastation of a localized area due to the pressure you're releasing, with shockwave generation. From there, we can slap on other abilities that still share the same theme but give us a lot more creativity. If they want to lean towards the more subtle side of the scale, then they can shake the molecular integrity of an object just enough that it still appears to have its shape, but its form has little to no internal consistency via ground liquefaction. But if you're the despair-bringing kind of psycho that likes to make a permanent impression, if you will, then a user can channel these airways through a solid object in order to break through defenses on a molecular level, in some cases, via shattering. And there you have it, airwave manipulation in a nutshell. An extremely overpowered ability, just in my opinion. Not a lot of weaknesses for this one. But if you have some, feel free to let me know. I might have messed up. All I can say is the user's own knowledge, skills, and talents will determine how far you go with an ability like this. So either duck and cover, or you know what, that won't even help either. Just try to avoid this person. Thanks for watching. You guys think of any more applications for this power, jot it down in the comments section. If you want to see the entire unedited video with all the clips and examples that can't be shown on YouTube, as well as future videos, then head on over to my Patreon and join up. Like I said earlier, I'll be putting up at least one video every week, so expect consistent uploads from this channel. So, until then, nerd and nerdettes, I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.